Okay, I just want to go over a few little things that I noticed from the sentences you added from class today. So let's just start from the beginning here. La industria de moda es una parte prominente de la cultura española. En España, muchas personas son elegantes. Colores brillantes y patrones llamativos son populares. Estilos españoles son un poco diferentes de los estilos en los Estados Unidos. Hay muchos diseñadores famosos de moda en España. Muy bien, that's great. Perfect. No hay ningún error. Solo let's just fix this period here. But not a single Spanish mistake. Everything is perfectly set. Okay, algunos de los diseñadores más famosos del mundo son de España. Muy bien. Jesús Canovas es un famoso diseñador ahora. Él hace zapatos. Muchas personas famosas llevan sus zapatos. Sus zapatos son de cuero de alta calidad. Él también hace zapatos con cristales. Sus zapatos son muy caros. Jesús Canovas hace muchos tipos de zapatos. Perfecto. Good job. Perfect. Hay muchos lugares a hacer compras en España. So here, I just want you to consider adding in the word para after hacer, because of what we talked about in class with the por and the para difference. I can see why you just wrote hay muchos lugares a hacer compras, because in English there are many places to go or to do shopping. It seems like you would just need the infinitive there, but since the to do shopping is actually sort of describing the place, hay muchos lugares that where you can shop. In English we might technically have to say where you can shop. So you can either add in donde. You can either say donde puedes hacer compras, or you could write para hacer ta ta ta. But it doesn't work just to have nothing in there, because you have to emphasize that this hacer compras is actually a trait of the lugares that you're describing. And this is one of those things that doesn't have an exact explanation in English, but you just sort of have to develop a feel for how and where those partes should go after getting more familiar with Spanish, but that's a very small mistake. The next thing is that I just want you to look up on word reference shopping. Shopping or to shop. Look up on word reference. Because, actually, I'll just do it with you here. Let's look up shop. So first, we need to think about, okay, shop. Now, in English, there are a couple different kinds of shop. There are verbs and nouns. So you can have a shop, which is like a store or a tienda or a business. And that's not what you want. What you're looking for is to go shopping or to do shopping. So here we have hacer compras. and I think you can probably see why I want you to look this up right now, is that it's not hacer compras, it's hacer compras. A compra is like a purchase, so it's really to make purchases or to do purchases. So you might just want to skim through these and make sure that you've chosen the right thing, that you didn't want shoplifting or to any other type of shopping. Here, another way you could say is to go shopping. Hacer compras or ir de compras, like to go of purchases is the direct translation, which sounds silly, but it's just a phrase that they use. So you could have said, hay muchos lugares para ir de compras or hacer compras, but what I wanted you to focus on was just the AS ending and not the ES ending. The way you have it written here would be hacer compras. So a lot of the time if I tell you how to say something in class, it's necessary to look it up as well. And the reason that it's not going to underline that and tell you that it's misspelled is because the verb comprar, which means to buy, if you conjugate it in the to form, in the subjunctive, which is not anything we've even started to go over yet, it actually ends up getting conjugated like this. So you can't rely on these spell checkers all the time because it's going to look at this and say, oh, well, that is a word, but it's not intelligent enough to know that that's not the word that you want right there. Okay, so moving on. El Corte Inglés es uno de los más grandes centros comerciales en España. Again, it thinks centre is okay, but really in order to say mall, what you want, let's just look up here, mall, see what it says, centro comercial, just a commercial center, kind of a boring translation. So, spelling issue here. Centro comerciales. El Corte Inglés es uno de los más grandes centros comerciales en España. And más, when it means more, it can also mean but in different dialects. So más needs to have an accent mark over it to make sure that you have it meaning more. El Corte Inglés es uno de los más grandes centros comerciales en España. Él es muy popular. Without the accent mark, it just means the. So you would want to change that. And what you actually might just do, Teal, is just put a comma after España and say, es uno de los más grandes centros comerciales en España y es muy popular. Would really sound the best. Muchas, let me see, you have a little gender issue here. Gender, or the way we say that in Spanish is género. Muchas personas hacer compras todos los días. So can you see here that you have many people, third person, singular. Hacer is in the infinitive, which you don't want. You've got that in the infinitive, and you really need it to be, needs to be conjugated to match up with the subject. So muchas personas hacer compras, same issue with compras as up here, and then todos los días. I can see why you think it might be los because of the A ending of días, but it's día is el día. So it's a masculine noun, and it's going to need a masculine article. So it needs to be los días, todos los días. Okay. You are doing great, though. Very few mistakes. The other thing is that I just want you to be very sure that you know what each of these words means. That's going to be part of your grade, is that you don't just include words that you immediately forget. You should be able to read this essay out loud en español y también traducirlo perfectamente al inglés. ¿Ok? Bueno, gracias. Que tengas un muy buen fin de semana.